Welcome to another episode of Beyond the Call. Today we are in Durban Central and the call center is called NUTUN. We are here to meet Mr. Jarryd Kast and he's going to tell us everything that we need to know about him personally and about the call center and about his journey in the call center. Welcome to the show. My name is Charmaine. Hello Jarryd, how are you doing today?
Hello Charmaine, good and you?
I'm very well, thank you. Before we get into this, I'm just going to ask you a few questions just to warm up and just give you that sticks.
Yep.
Right, so the first question will be like, just introduce yourself and tell us, like, what do you do? Like, yourself and what do you do?
Awesome, so like you mentioned, my name is Jarryd. I am 37 years old. I work at NUTUN and I am the Marketing and Communications Manager. I'll try and put it in a nutshell for you, but basically from your internal branding and design to employee engagement, communications, all of that stuff falls within my portfolio.
Okay, so in a nutshell, can we call you like a communications manager?
100%.
Okay, as you can hear, a communications manager in a call center. I just want to like reiterate that where we are.
Yep.
So where are we now, Jarryd?
So we are at the NUTUN call center. Not many people are familiar with the call center environment. I mean, I'll be honest with you, before I came here, I didn't know that it's a world on its own and it's something dynamic and it gives you or it allows you the opportunity to actually build a career.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm grateful that I'm proof of that.
Okay, and tell us, like, how did you first enter the call center industry? Like, putting your mindset saying, okay, this is what I want to do now.
So I came to see that there was a position available at the time for a communications officer.
Yeah.
Obviously, we all want to grow and develop within our careers.
Yes.
So I read the job spec, I applied, and they called me for... Sorry, I'm getting into the detail.
You can't get into the detail. That's what we want to know. Because we also want to know, like, how did he get into the space? Like the recruitment process and where he went. Please.
100%. So like I mentioned, I came across the vacancy, sent through my CV, and I was contacted the next day actually about the vacancy, came for an interview. It was quite a smooth...
Just hold on.
Yes.
Did you say the next day?
The next
He
day.
said the next day, meaning that if you can also go into the call center industry, maybe you're looking for a job, what you can do is go for an interview that day. You will spend the whole day and you will know your fate 100%. At the end of the day.
So I think nobody realizes how fast the recruitment process works. And yeah, so I was successful and I landed the opportunity here. Came to work as a communications officer where my focal points was surely driving internal communications.
Perfect. And now tell us, what was your mindset when you started and was this a temporary phase, a temporary career for you?
So definitely not a temporary career. Obviously, like I mentioned, the role and the job specs allowed me to grow and develop and enhance my skill sets. So I was looking in the long term.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, I then I fell under a very good manager. I'm going to mention her name and give her props.
We do want good managers to be mentioned because, guys, some call centers, they have the worst managers. So, good manager's name, please.
100%. Aisha Kutia Ismail.
Aisha! Let's give Aisha her flowers while she's still living.
As well as Gio Daniels.
Daniels, we see you.
So I worked under their amazing leadership and they saw my potential and from there I got promoted.
That's very good. So just tell us, what were some early challenges that maybe you faced and how did you push through? Like, I'm getting like challenging and we just want to know because sometimes it gets so stressful and you don't even know what to do when you're in that situation.
100%. Charmaine, you've worked in a call center. You know how pressurizing it is.
I know.
And let me say, I've worked in a lot of fast-paced environments, but a call center, you get fast-paced and then you get call center.
Yeah.
It's ever-changing, it's dynamic. You're working with Gen Zs, millennials, all types of people, all age groups. I think that's the most challenging part from an internal comms point of view. But obviously, where there's challenges, there's also growth and development. So you're learning a lot.
I just heard you mention Gen Z.
Yes.
And it's been like talked about in the socials, guys, that most of the Gen Zs, they get employment and then they leave at the end of the month.
Yeah.
How is it with Durban?
I think to a certain
Like from a training batch,
Yeah.
like how many is left behind maybe when you're on board them to the floor?
So I don't have full insight into the numbers.
Yeah.
But I love Gen Zs. So I know there's a lot that gets said about Gen Zs. But I think they're changing the game. I think they're forward thinking. I think they're innovative.
That's
and I
nice.
think they're changing things for the better.
He has only good things to say about Gen Zs, as y'all can hear.
Not all, but most of it.
Most of you guys. So moving on, what was the turning point where you felt like things are finally coming together for me?
I think being promoted from communications manager to marketing and communications manager, I think people need to realize the potential and the opportunity that lies within a call center.
Yeah.
I think when you have to put in the work. No doubt, there's no shortcuts.
Exactly.
I feel like when you put in the work and you show what you're able to give, I feel like the business and the leadership then give you in return.
And you get recognized.
100%.
Perfect. So now growth and beyond. Like how did working in a call center shape who you are today?
I think it was a bit of a culture shock. It was a reality check. I feel like, you come into a role and you think you know what it's about, but when you come into a call center world, it's a world on its own. Every single day is ever changing. You can have the perfect to-do list and your task list and your plans and all of that.
And something comes up.
All of it can get flipped on its head, and I feel like when you learn to adapt and innovate on the spot, I think then it makes it worthy.
Good. And just tell me, what skills does this industry teach you? And like the skill that you already had and what they added to your skill set?
I think coming into a call center, you are working with all types of age groups.
Yeah, true.
All races, people with different beliefs, different backgrounds. I feel like the most important lesson for me is having to interact with these people. I feel like I'm imparting my story, which is going to inspire them, and vice versa. So I feel like that's the biggest learning. That's the biggest,
Okay, fine. So I also want to know that what advice would you give someone who feels that they're stuck right now? You know what? Like, where do I go from here? I already have my degree, diploma, or anything, but now you feel like you're so stuck, and that can be so frustrating at some times. And what can you tell them?
I think I'm going to keep it very real. I feel like we're living in times where obviously the unemployment rates are not where we want it to be. But I would tell a younger version of myself, as well as your audience, never stop believing in yourself, and you are never stuck.
Okay.
You are never stuck. Use the tools that are available to you. Use the resources. Network with as many people as
True
possible.
networking.
I mean, I'll throw LinkedIn. Create your LinkedIn page if you haven't done so. Keep it active. Show people that you are interested. Go out there. Shemaine, I'm sure you will agree with me. When you're
100%.
unemployed, you take a taxi to town.
100%.
You're going to drop off your CV at all these places. And the reality is, you're probably going to hear a lot of no's, but there is going to be that one yes. So please, make use of it.
You know what, Jarryd, what I always say is that, if I wasn't working from home now, if maybe I just wanted to take a chill pill, because the call center guys can be frustrating at some times.
It's a lot.
And you can take a breather. The only thing that's very important for you is to resign. Because if you do not resign, you cannot go back into that call center. If you're frustrated and you want to know what, I just want to call it quits. You go back and then you pull yourself towards yourself and come back. But with me, I always go and I know that I'll get a job. I know that's how the networking works.
100%.
Yes. Jarryd can tell me something, I will hear something, I'll tell my friends something, and I'll tell everybody. I always want people to win, I don't want to lie. If you're not working, I'm asking you why are you not working? With so many call centers in Durban, in Joburg, in Cape Town.
Opportunities are endless.
The industry.
That 6 hours opportunity.
I
feel like from agent level all the way to the top, I feel like you're so much more than what you do. But what you do makes such a difference in the next person's life. And I'm talking if we're looking at the bigger scheme of things. So I'm not sure if I'm answering your question.
You are.
Beyond the call as in just the term.
Like you're going beyond. Remember now, you were called for something else. And then you are here in a call center. But still, you did not say, no, you know what, I'm not going to elevate myself. You wanted to, because that's going beyond.
100%. So thinking about the term beyond the call, I feel like it's about breaking barriers. About taking yourself out of the box, thinking out of the box, and just using every single opportunity to your benefits and making the most out of everything.
Making the most out of everything. You heard it from the man himself. Now, just for our people, if they want to follow your page, if they want to follow you, just tell the camera, give us your TikTok handles, everything so we can follow you. We want to know more about Newton. There's the guy to follow. As he said, he deals with the entertainment in this call center.
So I love TikTok. I am not afraid to say. So you can follow me at Jarryd Kast. I'm sure you'll put it on screen.
Yes, I will.
And then I'm also very active on LinkedIn. So I'm always looking at connecting with people.
LinkedIn, guys, is very important. You need to, the more connections you have, the more your opportunity of getting employed is good. So, as we're about to wrap up now, the Beyond the Call, if you know of anybody who would like to share their story, or if you think that there is someone in your call center who went beyond the call, give us a call, and don't forget to follow us on our social platforms at Beyond the Call, and to send us an email at podcast@beyondthecall@gmail.co.za. Take care and goodbye.